welcome everybody to episode 1, real episode 1 of the Game Basket. This is not the pilot episode. We are here. My name is Taylor. I will introduce you to our contestants. I'm going to start out with Mac Givens, newest to the show, Team Prodigy, as he has it on display. Mac, what do you have to say to the people tonight?
Howdy.
Next up, we've got Completely Corn Bob. Corn Bob, what do you got to say? There it is. Back with us again.
Oh.
Sweet, beautiful owner of Tyler's Tub. We'll get into that later. We'll dive into his tub. Tyler, how are you doing tonight?
JJ Spawn's my new daddy.
Were you the one throwing up at 2 a.m? You had to go to CVS.
True dad right there.
He was getting Tyler some meds. Cory does look a little orange tonight. It's just I was gonna say California, the Texas glow. It's got the Texas glow on him. Last but not least, we've got the owner of the beautiful Instagram account, Matthew Marsh DG. Go follow him. We've got our very own Matthew Marsh. How you doing tonight?
I just gotta say, I freaking love overstable approach discs. That's it. Just gotta say it.
Some have called him God's gift to the earth. We're gonna get right into it tonight. We've got a game. It's the Game Basket. We've got a game. We are gonna play a little rendition of It Could Be Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Mac probably called it better as Are You Smarter Than the Average Disc Golfer? Because we've got 4 of them here playing with us tonight with some interesting rules. So what we have is a card of 4 disc golfers, and they will designate their own order to start this game and how they want to answer the upcoming questions that they have coming to them. Each of them has 2 lives. If they get a question wrong, they lose a life. We go on to the next person. If they get the question correct, they're going to move on to the next question. That's all fine and dandy. What we have here is 10 holes, 10 questions. As we've established in the pilot episode, there's some high stakes to these games. If they do not complete the challenge, if they blow through all 8 of their lives and 3 lifelines in these 10 questions, somehow I get to ban a mold from each of their bags for 1 month. It's a lot of power. The chat is definitely going to help me. Matt, actually, quick check-in. Matt, how you doing without the marble?
Here's the thing. Got P1s in. New P-line plastic feels phenomenal. I'm just back to putting so well. So it's honestly good band. Great band.
Maybe it could be a good thing. Maybe it could be a good thing for some of us. And again,
throwing the MVP at him. So
clip that. Clip that. And then
see how it holds up to the test of time.
Banned.
This is
on the flip side,
a bad thing for me if it happens, because I only have so many molds I can pick from.
Mac's the only real sponsored pro here, so we've got a lot of power over his bag that we could think about. On the flip side, if they do complete the gauntlet, all 10 questions, just base, if they use their lifelines, maybe they miss a couple questions, they get to ban a mold from my bag for a month. Fair enough. But if they do it on hard mode, no lifelines used, then they get to ban a mold for 2 months from my bag. So high stakes putting this one together. Let's go over the lifelines that they have. We have asked the audience if they use this. I'm going to put a YouTube chat poll in the chat. They're also going to, the designated answer of the question is going to be able to read the chat for that allotted amount of time. You guys are going to help them out with the question that they are currently on. They have a rando mando. We're going to make this a little bit more friendly to them. They are going to be able to pass a question to another card mate. Maybe it's a stats thing. Cory doesn't know stats. Tyler's the stats guy. He can throw that to Tyler. Give him a chance to answer that question. They're going to be able to designate another card mate to answer that question for him. And then my personal favorite, best shot doubles. They're going to be able to bring in a partner on that question, talk through the question, think of the best answer, and hopefully get it right. With all that said, does anybody have any questions?
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Who wants to be a disc golfer?
Me. Well, I liked Millionaire better.
Millionaire better than disc golfer. The chat could turn on you guys. I didn't think about that, but maybe they just want to see some pain here.
That would be funny.
So before we start on with hole 1, first decision maker, you guys got to designate your order for this.
Did everyone close out of the chat?
Yes, I have a separate window open. All right. Matt is exclusively cheating.
Matt is exclusively 2 browsers up. He's got the PDGA profile, Stat Mando, DGPT. He's got it all.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Monitors like wrapping around his head.
Yes.
Chat.
I closed the chat, but I'm.
He's
still
actually got monitors all the
on
way
the line.
around him. You can see it. You can see it behind him if you're listening on Spotify after the fact. Thank you, by the way.
So whoever we choose 1-2 will get 3 questions if we go the whole distance.
I kind of think we just leave it up to chance and go lowest PDGA number, go lowest to highest. Kind of like a normal tournament.
I love
I kind
that.
of like
just
that.
Like a
I
normal
kind of like
tournament.
that.
And
Matt,
I'm
Cory, me,
139,
then-
349.
I will,
gotta
for
look
everyone
at-
out there, I will relay
lowest
any important
number.
chat messages. I will relay out there. So
I'm
I'll be your
2-1
eyes in the sky.
I start 2-1-1.
Oh, he's at
206.
200s.
I'm at 206.
I'm 277.
I'm with all 200s.
My word.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My
You have
word.
to
Yikes.
realize I
Yikes.
played like for a decade before I even knew what the PDGA was.
Look, man. I think less of you now, but that's okay.
Thank you.
That's all right.
So it
Alright,
goes,
so I'm first.
It goes Matt, Cory, me, Matt.
Yeah.
All right. Speak now. Forever hold your peace. Outside of this, you guys are going to be locked in. You're going to be on the island. All right.
Cory's gonna be the guy that has to shut it down on question 10.
Wait. So for my
This
memory,
cannot
what was the
have gone
order
any
again,
better.
real quick?
Mac, Cory,
Okay.
Tyler, Matt.
Perfect. I will absolutely not remember that because I didn't write it down. But I trust you guys more than anything in the world. We're going to go straight into question 1. How many feet from the basket does circle 2 extend to? Question 1 here. We got A, 33 feet, B, 66 feet, C, 99 feet, or D, 420 blaze it feet. I have so much faith. So much faith.
read my question or my options for me one more time, just so I'm aware.
You got A, 33 feet, B, 66 feet, C, 99 feet, or D, 420 blaze it feet.
420.
And it's a circle 2.
Circle 2, yes, sir.
How far does it extend to, right? So you're talking about
Correct.
like not when it starts, but how long it goes back till it becomes a fairway.
And you can,
I-
I forgot to mention, you can't have the chat open, but you can have the stream open if you do want to see your options.
Yeah,
I do
that's
have
what
that
I'm- that's what I'm
visually
looking at,
yeah.
presented.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I am going to lock in B, 66 feet.
Did Matt cut out just that for anybody else?
Matt just cut out. Yeah, Matt cut out.
I was so
heard
scared.
I heard it.
Oh, I am going to lock in B, 66
Final
feet.
answer.
Final answer.
He's got it correct, ladies and gentlemen. It is
Let's
66 feet. That is
go.
one question down the drain. I wish I just
Can we
pulled all
please
of the
do
Jeopardy
some
music.
Editing. Can we do some post editing to where it fuzzes out and it's like 420 blazing feet?
425. I'll just voice over that in. Or actually, I'll just clip that and put it right there. We'll just put that right in there. It is, again, the answer B, 66 feet. We've got question 2. Mac is moving on. What if Mac just solo carries through 10 questions? This is going to be the most boring
Awesome.
podcast for half the audience of all time.
Wait, it's not Cory's turn now?
Oh, I just go until I.
Oh, that's what I was going to have it. But if you guys want to rotate, that's cool with me too.
I thought we were rotating.
This look,
Yeah, I
this
thought
would
we were
not
going
be
through.
this would not be a game show of mine if we did not change at least one rule after it started. So
It's a beautiful
like,
thing.
let's be honest. All right, we're gonna go
That's
with Cory.
crazy.
We're
If I
gonna
was
rotate.
just gonna go run 10.
Just run the game. We'll go to Cory. Corn Bob, your question is question 2. What flight number directly correlates to a physical attribute of the disc? Directly. A, speed, B, glide, C, turn, or D, fade.
I'm gonna go with A, speed. Final answer.
Final answer. He's got it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the speed. Now we are, before we blow this through this game too fast, we've got some sponsors we need to thank for making this podcast possible. And I'm going to have a little bonus trivia. We got some bonus trivia for you guys outside of the regular trivia. This game show tonight is sponsored to you by Another Round Disc Golf. I'm going to give you 2 questions about Another Round Disc Golf. Question 1 is, how many Another Round locations has our very own Corn Bob Kramer been to physically?
Oh.
5.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna go 4. Block him out, Matt. Block him out.
Me,
You have the-
if I
you have the
thought about
chat
this,
down by your keyboard too.
if I thought about this, I could probably count up the actual ones, but we'll go 3. We'll make it.
No, you don't block me out.
Blocking
I
you
gotta
out,
say,
man.
I'm surprised. You guys, great guesses. Tyler's got it right on the nose. It's 5. 5 on the dot.
Bing, bing, bing.
Question number 2. How many locations are there in total? Physical locations of Another Round Disc Golf.
This is such
9.
a good one.
14.
Give me 8. Not amazing. We'll take it.
Are we doing Price is Right rules, Corey Kramer?
No, I actually am just trying to.
Hey,
count
if
up,
that's
but-
the case, come on.
No.
Technically, Tyler is the closest once more with 12 locations. 12 locations total. Thank you so much to both Corey for being here. Another round for allowing Corey to be here. And
Thank you,
for that
Corey.
extra little bonus trivia.
I love your
We're
ace
thankful.
videos.
Yeah.
Do we all
Sometimes
know where
I'm
the
not allowed
first
to
one
get
is?
out.
All right.
You?
Back to our regularly scheduled
think so.
program. It was Tyler next, correct?
Yeah.
In the
Nice.
order I said I was not going to remember. We got
My
question
time to
3.
blow it.
We're coming up. We're 2 for 2 so far. We got question 3. Who is the highest ranked player by Disc Golf Pro Tour points without a win in 2025? Specifically, highest by points without a win. We're gonna, I gave you guys some easy ones. We're gonna settle in a little bit,
I'm
right?
so happy this is Tyler. If this is me, I'm shooting myself on the spot.
We're gonna settle it a little bit. We got A, Paul Macbeth, B, Calvin Heimberg, C, Ricky Wysocki, or D, Kyle Klein.
Matt, what did you say? You're shooting yourself? Why? Because you don't know?
I would just be in my own head. I have a snap answer that's probably right, but I would end up thinking about it for about 15 minutes.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I wanna burn a lifeline right now.
Why don't you just burn a life?
And you got 2 of them. You got 2 of them
Two of
in
them.
this game.
Why don't you just end it all, Tyler?
Why are you just live on podcast? Live on podcast.
All right. All right. So Paul Macbeth, I feel like has been so. Ricky's, I feel like been there. But Kyle Klein, I feel like has been there too. I'm stuck on Ricky and Kyle Klein. No one can say anything.
It's true.
He's letting us know.
Mm,
Gary says this one's easy peasy right here. I forgot I was supposed to be relaying some chat messages, but you guys didn't miss a ton.
That's
Gary-
why. That's why I
Gary's a
want to burn a
weekly-
life to ask the chat.
Gary's like a weekly analyst, though. Tyler
That's
hasn't
what I'm
played
saying.
disc golf in a month.
Yeah. of level like threshold of locked in on disc golf, there's a difference between Gary and Tyler, right?
At the moment, yeah, for sure. Gosh,
Tyler-
dang it! Who is the highest in points?
In points without a
Pro
win.
Tour points without a win.
All right, give me C, Ricky Wysocki.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
It is
Oh,
C.
thank
Ricky
yes.
Wysocki.
Way to bring it home.
He is 3rd in points right now. I thought there was some temptation with Paul out there. Paul's been playing well, but Ricky
I was tempted
has
with
a win.
Kyle more than
Kyle
anything.
Klein
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
sneakier one, yeah.
Yeah, some good options out there. 3 for 3 unscathed. No lifelines used. Now we bring it home. We've got the back of the box here. Question 4 with Matt. What hole on tour has played the hardest in 2025?
Oh
on tour.
That's
no!
so hard.
2020.
In 2025. All right, give me
Which
my
hole
answer.
here
Math.
has played the hardest? We've got A, Preserve Hole 14, B, Cascade Challenge Hole 12, C, Sprinkle Valley Hole 18, or D, Waco Hole
So-
5.
Quick question.
hey,
quick
yeah,
question.
Nice.
Are
Quick
we
question. If
FPO,
Matt,
MPO?
if Matt gets it wrong, does it go to Mac? And then
Yes.
if Matt gets it wrong, it goes to Corey. And then obviously,
Correct.
if Corey gets it wrong, then it's just done.
But you go back through because you guys got live. Well, yeah. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be
I mean-
you'd be to the right answer by that point. My fault. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
No, you're good. All
We-
right.
Is this combined MPO and FPO? Is this just MPO? Is this just FPO? What are we saying? Or
I
is it
must
just
say
who has
that
the
I'm
highest?
not at liberty to answer that question.
Okay, so in my head, it's, and I'm thinking out loud here for the sake of the podcast. You guys, I'm not expecting a response from you guys. In my head, it's, can someone beat how badly FPO played Sprinkle Valley Hole 18? That's what I'm thinking. Off the bat, I don't think Preserve can. I don't remember any. Preserve always plays easy, unless the FPO had a crazy time.
I don't even know what Preserve Hole 14 is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it could be a doozy. You never know.
This is
Could be.
tough. The
That one hole in
only
Preserve that
one,
played 3 over par.
Yeah.
the only one I'm really thinking it could also be is Cascade Challenge. I don't remember what hole 12 is at Cascade.
So Max Dog is getting it back there, by the
Yeah.
way. Shout out.
Can I consult with the fellas on whether or not we should sneak some lifeline in here?
Oh, you told me to go kill myself, so
No,
I'm gonna say
no.
Karma might come
I
in.
did
No,
not.
you're on the
I
island.
did
When
not.
when you've got the question,
not
you're on the
giving you-
island.
Probably just end it.
I'm not giving you a lifeline right now after what you said to me.
I said I personally would.
No,
shoot
we all
myself.
go through
I
one
said
time without
Yeah.
using a lifeline.
Gary has
I think-
mentioned that these are softballs. We definitely would have to
I
have a
think-
different tier of question if Gary was on the pod.
Yeah, if Gary was on, fine. Okay.
Just shoot from the hip.
Sprinkle Valley, hole 18. Lock it in.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It is Sprinkle Valley Hole
let's
18.
go!
We're clean.
That
We're
is a
clean
softball
through.
question.
That was pretty.
no.
I couldn't decide
Yeah.
where in the order I wanted to put this, but I did want to use it. I think Preserve and Waco were two of the easiest holes, and then Cascade was like one of the top
Yeah.
5 hardest. This was
I was
more
gonna
of a
say.
like depends on who gets it. Like, do you even know? Like, did you watch Pro Disc Golf this year?
The only one I was
Oh.
concerned about was Cascade, but yeah.
What was 18 rated?
Number 1, most difficult.
No, I mean, what was the above?
No idea.
That was the
No idea.
question.
Wasn't hole 14 this past weekend like really easy?
Yeah, Waco hole
think
5. I think
all of-
Preserve hole 14 was like the easiest hole on tour.
I think all of Preserve is easy.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, no. Hole 14. Gannon hits first available. I said this in Discord, and then proceeds to still have a chip shot up for par.
I was
later.
really worried that this was going to be like, I saw Cory, since he just played it, it's like talk about Sprinkle hole 18. This was after I had already like written the whole thing. I was like, well,
Oh,
you know, sucks to suck. I
It couldn't
guess.
have possibly played that hard. That was
It's-
easy.
It's
Um,
not a hard hole. That's what I don't get.
Not-
We're going to interject again very quickly. It's on life support right now, but Matthew Marsh, why don't you tell them a little bit? Why don't you tell the viewers at home a little bit about our weekly challenge and what we're doing over in our Discord?
Great call out here. Our weekly challenge is just that, a challenge we put together every week for our Discord members to do, and we compare our scores with that and have kind of a virtual tag league running. We've had this challenge going for, I think we're on 4 weeks now, and it's such a good challenge that we have to keep it going, but none of us will submit for it. And that is 9 holes as fast as possible. You can play the shortest course you want to. You're timing yourself from the second you hop up on hole 1's tee pad until you tap out on hole 9. And it's just a full loop. You time yourself. If you get a birdie, I think we said it's 5 seconds off your score. If you get a bogey, it's 5 seconds added to your score. And if you ace, it's a minute extra or a minute off your score there. We
If
do
you
have to
ace,
do
it's
it.
a minute
If
extra.
you ace,
We have to do
You
this.
win.
This is
If it's an ace, you go kill yourself.
we're gonna get a sponsorship by like BetterHelp so fast when this
Oh.
podcast blows up, bro. Like,
Every time Matt says something, I'm just gonna say, "End it now."
So
Guys.
join our weekly challenge. Join our Discord. Do this. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this week.
Gary
was
says
talking-
Matt should lead by example and upload. I'm going to add real quick into the Discord plug for this segment. We're going to change things a little bit. We wanted to keep the live and the podcast a little shorter, but we also missed our typical kind of pre and post chat interaction. So what we have, again, in our Discord, we have a stage channel where after the pod, I always kind of felt bad that when I had to leave, it was just over. So we are going to hang out in that stage channel. It's going to be just like the podcast. You guys can type. We're going to yap and have the same thing in there. Look, I'm not going to name names. There are podcasts out there. There are guys out there. They pay money to join their Discord, sub to a Patreon, get a subscription. This is for free. All for free.
Boo.
All for free.
Boo.
All right. Just come hang out with the boys. That's all we're saying. Just come hang out with the boys in the Discord. It's in the description. We'll hang out. We're back to the top of the order. Unscathed so far. No lives lost. No lifelines used. And I think this is going to be a good question for the participant. We got question 5. Gannon averaged the highest event rating of all time with his recent win at the 2025 Preserve Championship. What was the rating
Don't say
that he
anything,
shot
Matt.
I know
for the
it.
event?
I know the
No one
exact
say
number.
anything. Guys,
I
we
know.
can't say that we know it.
It's my question.
It's Mac's question. We got A, 1090, B, 1088,
I know.
C, 1082, or D, 1105.
Pick
Not
number
even
3,
thinking
my
about
lord.
it. I'm not even thinking about it. I know it's B 1088.
It is B, 1088. What a dominant performance, I gotta say.
Crazy
Like, I've
work,
seen some people talking about like, oh, the course is easy. Then why did he win by 11? Why is nobody else doing it? If it's that easy, figure it out.
He's just built different. One of the few things I actually did absorb from a preserve this week.
And that leads me to, so we got ads back to back. A little picks update. I forgot, but we should update the guys on some picks. Let me bring that up. I got Gannon third pick. Pretty criminal, I gotta say. So I got 3 points for that. Cory was the only other point getter with AB and Silas Schultz as his dark horse. Silas almost got him double points if he had held on for a podium. That gives us, I am in the lead now with 17 points, Matt at 16, Tyler at 13, and Cory is up to 6.
Can-
Shout out to Cory,
Congratulations.
6 points.
Can I just say, I've been picking Silas Schultz for 2 years, and bro's never done it for me.
So true.
Corey picks
It's
him
so true.
once, and he pops up 5th place. I'll remember it.
This is going to be like the 1 week Mac doesn't just sneak a Connor Rock into somebody's picks and then he just wins the tournament. Like,
I think, has Connor Rock ever not gotten points when I picked him?
I think one
He didn't-
time.
He didn't get it from me.
Yeah, when you picked it
That's
for
because
Tyler.
you picked. No. Tyler picked him. I didn't pick it.
Oh, man.
Oh, buddy. All right. We are to Cory now. Question number 6. Maybe me as the host, maybe I'm getting scared right now. No
Getting
lives
cooked.
lost. Nothing. I'm getting the
All our
game's getting
lifeline.
cooked right
Don't
now.
worry.
Anything could happen.
But we've
Don't worry, I'll
got
mess up.
Cory here. Question is, who is the owner of the longest cash streak of all time? Longest cash streak of all time. Your options are A,
Not active, right?
Paul Macbeth. Correct. Longest all time.
Okay.
A, Paul Macbeth. B, Nate Doss. C, Ken Climo. Or D, Nate Sexton.
Don't say anything.
Such a good question, Taylor.
Yeah, great question.
Thank you.
That would be D. Nate Sexton.
It is not. It is not D, Nate
What?
Sexton. I'm so
What?
sorry to tell you.
I thought it was
also
Nate
thought it-
Sexton.
I also thought it was.
What?
What?
They've
I
become
am-
scathed.
Befuddled.
It
I
goes
am-
to Tyler Tulowitzki. Sorry, I shouldn't doss people that dox people like that live on air.
Doss? He said Doss?
Doss? I was reading it.
He keeps doing this thing where he answers for us.
I was reading the thing.
Okay, so the question is one more time, just to make sure I understand.
Who has-
unlocked us?
The largest, or I was reading largest cash prize. I got to stop reading while I talk. Longest cash streak of all time.
Man, great question.
Okay, so at this point, we cannot use a lifeline.
No.
So we all are just gonna have to burn a life right now, pretty much. if
I
we can't get
mean,
it right.
Cory's
You
already killed
can.
himself.
I'm not gonna say that you can't, but it
No,
does.
I'm just saying at this point, it wouldn't make sense to use one. We have to use it right off the bat to try to get the question right off the bat and not burn. If two of us burn a life and then use a lifeline, cooked. All right, give me Nate Doss.
It is indeed Nate Doss. Insane cash streak. I was looking to bring this up. He almost to the day
Freudian
had a
slip.
cash streak of 15 years.
Holy
How-
Freudian slip from Taylor.
How,
Yeah, that was pretty criminal. It happens at least once a show though, so
how in the world is it not like Kale LaVisca or Nate Sexton?
I
thought it was one of
immediately
those two.
thought it was Nate
So
Sexton.
Nate Sexton's was 110 events. Nate Doss's was 133. Paul had 124 at one point, and then Ken Klima had 111 at one point.
Wow. What about LaVisca?
So-
What about Kale?
Kale is also up here at 92. He is number 6. This
thought
is,
Kale
I
was
guess, I
there.
should have added. It is at major/elite series events. I should have probably thrown that out there, but
Oh
Wow.
man.
It's okay. I took one for the team.
So now
Got
it's my
To
turn
be
anyways,
honest-
though.
It's okay, Cory, because I think all of us would have gotten that wrong.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yes.
we were all thinking the exact same thing.
So the fact that Cory took one for the team right there was huge.
huge.
But also,
One
to be
life to
honest,
live now. One
we,
life to live.
we knew it was going to be Cory that messed up first, right?
Yeah, Gary asked in the chat, not counting Kenny's 400 plus. It is what's classified as major/elite series, so that probably should have been in the
wouldn't
descriptor.
have.
But
It
I don't
wouldn't
know how
have.
much would have changed.
It's almost like the question was faulty.
All right, so we're staying on Tyler here after his inherited question. We've got question 7. There have been 84 new discs approved in 2025. What major disc manufacturer, I'm not counting, like wholesale,
Lives in Iowa.
what major disc manufacturer has had the most new molds approved this year?
I'm sorry.
The options
Tyler.
are
2025.
in 2025. The options are Dynamic Discs A, B, Discraft, Prodigy, C, or D, Innova.
Another phenomenal question, by the way.
Thank you.
And we're saying PDGA approved this year, correct?
Correct. Yes. As that is the database I can pull from. And by database I pull from, I mean I copy and pasted it into an Excel sheet. It's very, very high tech here.
This is 1000% a guess. I would have no idea. Man. I would love to pass this question on to Matt.
You must. I don't have
just
more
to
input.
do them like that. I love that.
Okay.
I do. I mean, we
remember,
got to get out for me at least. We got to get some lifelines. Like that's half the fun.
Let's
We got to
say
get the
if
chat
we
involved.
finish with all of our lifelines, we get to ban 2 discs from Taylor's bag.
Is it 2 discs or 1 disc for 2 months?
I'll say it can be 1 disc for 2 months or 2 discs.
Oh.
That seems fair.
If we go without lifelines,
Right. Gary
This-
says this one's actually tough. He made it to question 7 before Gary even broke a sweat, but he thinks he knows.
Gary's capping. He was sweating the whole time.
yeah.
He thought it was 14 at preserve.
I mean,
Get it? That'll get you.
I mean, we just do guesses around the horn, and we all burn a life, unless somebody gets
Yeah.
lucky.
Hey, Tyler, I believe in you, man.
All right. I feel like this company is always coming up with new stuff. I'm gonna go D, Innova.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
That is a life loss for Tyler. It is not
All right.
Innova.
Okay.
Moving on, I believe we have
Oh.
Matthew Marsh.
Come on, Matt.
Okay. So we have obviously Dynamic, Discraft, and Prodigy left.
Correct.
This is going to be tough. It's not Innova. Dang. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good point, Gary, for the specifics on the trivia. I should have put that in for sure. He's saying he would have guessed Kenny last question. He makes trivia and they peg him all the time on non-specific questions.
After this, it goes Mac, right?
Yep.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
then it
back to the
goes
top of
Cory.
the order.
Okay.
We're all gonna get dinged unless Mac has 50-50 shot.
Yeah. But if Cory gets dinged, Cory's out.
Cory's not getting dinged.
Maybe you guys just
Can't get
know.
dinged.
Maybe you guys
Yeah,
just know.
maybe.
I
don't-
feel pretty good about my answer.
Okay.
That is
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
me
Scott's got a
saying
good
to
point
pass
for a
it to you.
30-second clock. I didn't for this game because I figured 10 questions would go by pretty quick, but we could
Well,
we could
used our
also think about a time
extension.
limit. That's
Yeah,
true.
we use our time extension. We now have 45 seconds to address the lie. Give me.
I'm not calling him on it.
If you guys called me on a rules violation, I'll just leave. So
Yeah, that's the correct response, actually.
I'll
And then
DNF
make
the
an Instagram
podcast.
post
Yeah.
about it.
Mentally could not answer.
I was mentally unable to produce an answer.
Give me C, Prodigy discs.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm sorry.
It is not the Prodigy.
I love
All right, we
that
got a
little chat.
50-50
would've been
shot
the
for Mac,
last
top
guess
of the
I made.
order. We
I'm
got
gonna go. I'm gonna
dynamic or
go with
discraft.
the answer that immediately came to my mind, and my reasoning is
Yeah.
we have new Ricky putters. I think there's the Sonar. I think that might have been this year. I don't know. I'm going B Discraft.
I
Final answer.
forgot.
Final answer.
It is not
gosh!
Discraft.
What is dynamic
Life comes at
making?
you
Guys,
fast.
They brought back Bobby for a reason. That's what I'm thinking.
To make discs?
So I'm gonna go with my thought process, which is
Really think through
it-
this.
Well, it didn't end up being Innova and then or Prodigy or Discraft. So with dynamic discs being like, hip and cool and bringing back Bobby, I'm gonna say A, dynamic discs.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That was stellar.
It is
reasoning,
dynamic
honestly.
disc. I was
Can you
very
please explain
surprised.
this?
The first one off the board, Innova, has not had a single mold approved in 2025. All
That's
of
wild.
0.
They did so many last year.
They're two. Okay, so you're not counting the because forget it. Dumb question. I'll move forward. I got my own.
So you're
logic.
not counting the
So
ones from
in
last year?
2024.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. No DGA discs would have counted for Discraft. This
Correct.
Is what,
Yeah, from
this is what
the
got-
brand itself. Yeah, the brand that was
Right.
listed in like the PDGA header. Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Sonar
You-
was 2023 anyways.
The Sonar was approved in 2023. That's
Look
crazy.
it up.
Hey, we're old, man.
Do we have numbers? Like how many each one approved?
I believe Dynamic was 5. I want to say I could pull it back up, but I think it was 5. Yeah, they.
There's 5 new dynamic discs.
I think so they do the thing like the EMAC
No, the 2 new
Judge
ones.
has come out and they've got 3 Trilogy Challenge discs. So like they've got some stuff coming.
And EMAC Truth has.
And the new
three
EMAC
tools.
Truth probably got reapproved. Yeah, so they've
Yeah.
got some stuff coming. Hey, Bobby's back. They're cooking in there. Life comes at you fast. Little game update. Everybody's got one life to live. Yeah, you get the next one wrong, you're out of here.
Heck yeah.
And we do. I mean, make note 3 lifelines. We got.
Probably gonna have to-
Supreme Raider as well. I
start
think the
using-
Supreme Raider had to get
I
approved.
forgot. I forgot that they approved the Supreme plastics for their.
Yeah,
Ugh,
Why do they?
I don't know.
it's a different mold to use
they
in that
retooled
plastic.
it.
It's a different mold.
Oh,
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought of that. I know the
We
Heist
should. We
and
can.
what's
Yeah,
the
we
other one?
will. Scott, that's a great point. Scott says, "Are we going full black screen at 0 lives?" I will take them off the podcast and mute them temporarily when they're dead.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So we're still on Cory. We've got question 8.
Okay.
In the Disc Golf Pro Tour's entire history, the history of the Disc Golf Pro Tour, what player holds the highest win percentage?
Wait, hold on. Isn't it Matt's turn?
We went all the way through to Cory, and he got the
Yeah,
answer.
Cory,
Oh,
the
okay.
inherited question. Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah.
in Disc Golf Pro Tour's entire history, what player holds the highest win percentage? Your options are A, Ricky Wysocki, B, Paul McBeth, C, Gannon Burr, or D, Maury Villman.
I'm really happy I'm not Cory right now.
Three
Hey,
lifelines
Cory,
are out there. I was gonna
you-
bring them up.
I think you're allowed to use lifelines now.
We're
Yeah,
8?
it's about time.
It's
It's about
true.
time. What are the lifelines again?
Consult with the chat. I'm gonna say for as long as the poll runs, I think that's either a minute or 2 minutes. So I will put in a poll. You also are then allowed to bring up the chat and read it for that amount of time. Not the whole group, just Cory if he uses it. He can pass this question to someone else, can hand it off, or he can select one of you to consult with for this question, a la best shot doubles.
Not that one.
Yeah, I
Or
tell
he can,
what
or
not
he
to
can be
do.
him, man, and he can just answer it right now. Or he's also frozen on my screen.
Percentage.
He's been doing that.
Yeah. The internet's kind of.
Hey, at least
Poopy
you
here,
can hear us.
so.
This is also an audio product. Shout out to
Yes.
Spotify and Apple Music listeners. Thank you. Gary asks, how recent is this as of? This is as of Statmando's last refresh, which I believe includes the preserve. Yeah, because they had the whole data for the hardest hole. So yeah, this will be as of like Monday.
We need a little stream of Gary in the corner, and it's just him
It's
muted,
it's
disapproving head
Yes.
shakes.
Yeah.
What if the lifeline is just call Gary? Gary, are you available?
That's good. He's like, I'm at dinner. Stop calling me.
What if it wasn't his face in the corner? It was just the slit where his eyes are, so
Just
you
his
can
eyes.
see the expression, but you can't see any mouth.
Yeah, we run this game back. We're definitely doing a lifeline of just ask Gary. To remind everyone at home, the question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with C. Gannon Burr.
C. Gannon Burr, is that your final answer, sir?
Yes.
Oh my
Cory
gosh.
is out of here. Cory,
All right.
we'll see you. We'll see you at the end. We'll see you at the end, my
All
brother.
right. See you later.
Okay, so
Is sponsored by
Gannon-
BetterHelp.
so Gannon's officially up to it's just Ricky, Paul, and Mallory, right?
Yes.
Correct.
And we're talking about win percentage all time with what?
On the Pro Tour events.
I feel like I don't need to burn one. The Mallory is a nice throw off name on that list to make us think. That's like some SAT stuff right there. Like a random answer.
I'll take all of these. I'll take all these. That's a great question. I'll just feed it. Maybe feed the ego.
Hold on. Let's think about this, right? Because
I'm answering the question.
Wait, he's got it.
No, I'm saying for lifelines.
Okay.
Yeah. The lifelines could be a group decision.
We
I'll allow that.
only have 3 questions left. If we're going to
Right.
use any lifelines, we can't
You
use
could
multiple in
burn-
one question.
You could them all, and you can use.
Yeah, you could
two
use
on
them all.
one
In one,
question.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I'm like very, very confident it's Paul McBeth.
Tyler, shoot your shot, man. I say shoot your shot, man.
Give me B, Paul McBeth.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, give it to me.
It is not the Paul McBeth.
There's
We're
no
down
way.
to. We're down to Tyler. We'll see you later.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Ah,
technically,
sponsored by
Cory and Tyler could
BetterHelp.
just be raucous right now because they are muted on the stream. So you guys can just cause some havoc in here. We got the 2 M's left.
What do we think? What do we? Is it?
Hey,
it's
LaRue
me,
asks, is
isn't
this
it?
a drinking game? If not, it should be. Absolutely. I got some sparkling water. Take a sip every time somebody dies.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to trust whatever decision you make.
I had. And bro just flipped the answer up on this.
Tyler, you're
Dude,
dead.
do I use a lifeline for this? This is crazy. We're at a 50-50 chance right now.
Hey man,
And
I'm not gonna stop you from using a lifeline.
Mac, can you carry us home? With 3 lifelines, can you carry us home?
I'll do my best.
Okay, here, listen. It's crazy that these are the names. We're at Ricky Wysocki and Maury Vilman.
Ooh, Maury Vilman, sneaky guy.
And I'm thinking about Ricky, and I'm thinking there's no way on God's green earth it is him.
Matt, if you want,
Yeah.
because one of the lifelines is you just give the question to someone else.
Do you want to take this one?
I will take the potential blow for you.
I
will be
want, if you have better logic than me that you can't share with me, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Deadman can join the chat.
Neither
Corey and
confirmed.
Tyler, if you would like to be in the chat, you're more than welcome.
I'm gonna take a lifeline, pass it on to Mac, and hope he has more logic to this question than I do.
All right, we are gonna use the lifeline.
I shouldn't have offered. I shouldn't
We're
have
gonna
offered.
send
I
it.
assume that meant you had good, smart decision, Mac. That was the whole reason.
Matt's throwing, dude. Okay. Maury Vilman. How many Pro Tours has Maury Vilman played? That is a good question. I've heard the name before his win. I think Maury has only he might have only come over to the US for USDGC a couple of times. I feel like that is a true statement and there are no falsehoods about it. So,
And I will repeat the question just really quick for the ladies and gentlemen at home. In the Disc Golf Pro Tour's entire history, who has the highest win percentage?
I mean, Rick's lost so many tournaments. And I've only heard Maury a couple of times, and one of the times he won. So let's lock in Maury Vilman.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
We've got a solo man on a mission.
And it's me.
Sayonara to Mac.
And it's me. Okay, let me ask a clarifying question. First off, only option left is Ricky. We have to go with that then. Crazy.
That is correct. It is a Ricky Wysocki. To give a little context, Ricky has it a 22.4% win percentage. Next is Gannon Burr at 19. Next is Paul at 18. And then Maury Vilman is fourth, 16% on 6 events. So, sneaky guy. The USDGC's not a Pro Tour event, don't count. So helps him out in this statistic. I see Tyler's angry. He's shaking his head. The question was in the Pro Tour's entire history.
Let me ask a question. I have 2 lifelines left. I have Ask a Chat, and I have Best Shot Doubles.
That is correct.
I assume that by Best Shot Doubles with 3 dead teammates, I am reviving.
Force him out for Tyler in the chat right now. He's raging.
I assume I am reviving a teammate for the answer to that question. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So
I bring him back.
Holding Tyler back, or Corey or Mac for this. Let's take us to question 9 here.
Question 9. We are here. Ken Climo had a historic Worlds run, winning the 1990 to 1998 iterations of that tournament. Who broke his streak, winning the 1999 PDGA World Championships? Your options are A, Scott Stokely, B, Barry Schultz, C, Ron Russell, or D, Harold Duvall.
This is awesome. I have no idea of the answer. I can tell you that that Ken Climo hates Scott Stokely like badly. For Scott Stokely's alleged cheating at a Worlds. Someone could ask, is it that Worlds? I don't know. I'm not going to guess. I have one left. I have two options here. I can use my lifeline of asking the chat, or I can ask one of my fallen compadres
compatriots to come back here.
I am going to ask the chat.
He's going with the chat. All right, I tell you what, I am way too lazy to run a poll. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Consult with your chat room right now. We're taking the poll option away.
Guys, I need the help. I need it here bad.
Is when the clock strikes 8:39.
Scott says
You're
Scott
out of
has never won any. That or Scott Smith. Yeah, that's correct.
If you would like to participate, help Matt out, come join our show live. That's all I can tell you. Vibes are high.
We're popping tonight. We're having a great time. I'm hearing this from the chat. I don't think they're going to change up. Give me C. Ron Russell.
Is that your final answer?
Gary, and Tyler, if you did me wrong here, oh my heavens, you guys, if you guys did me wrong, you're the closest drives to me. Just remember that out of this whole podcast. All right, lock me in C. Lock me in C.
It is C. Ron Russell. Shout out. Good lifeline usage. We do have the hardest question up next, Matt. Are you? I didn't think we'd get here where there's one man standing, but are you ready? Are you ready for the last question?
I can be.
We're postponing all commercials for this. We're going right into question 10. The network's pissed. In that 1999 World Championship that Ron Russell won, took away the championship from Kenny, ended the streak. What was the winner's final stroke count?
Oh, yes. No, I can ask one of you all, but you all don't. Okay.
There's a lot of deliberation in the green room. We're gonna read out the answers here. The final stroke count, was it A, 282, B, 314, C, 504, or D, 432 in this epic world showdown?
Okay, so
does Gary even can we call Gary for this? Does Gary even know?
Let me run you through some calculations in my head here.
Do some quick math. We do have the math guy left for this. That's probably helpful.
The math guy left for this. So Kenny has said multiple times that he liked how the old world championships were like a ridiculous amount of rounds of disc golf, right? And so our question really is, what do we think the average par was for each of these rounds? And then at what point are we going above? Now, he's going to be below par, right? You got to assume they're going to be below par. If they played 5 rounds and they were below par, I think I'm going to eliminate the first 2 based on that. Okay.
Scott does say he's got bonus questions about Ron in the 1999 Worlds. I can't wait to get into that.
That's awesome. I'm guessing that A and B are gone. 282 and 314 are both gone, right? I don't know what their par was on average back in the day, but I'm going to guess they were under it. There is no point in me not asking someone else and using my lifeline. Of course,
that is true.
I am going to call on Tyler Tulowitzki.
All right, let's bring Tyler back. Tyler's back on the stream.
Don't look at me like that. I have Cory and I have Mac and I have you. Who do you think I'm picking for this one?
I think it's so funny I came back and not Mac. Mac's been around for like ever.
You're the numbers guy. You're the numbers guy.
I'm pretty sure I know this answer.
All right, talk to me about what your logic is here. Yeah, you watched the coverage of this? What was it? Where did you even find this? On a camcorder?
Right.
At a Goodwill or what?
So this is what you have to think is they played majority par 3s back in the day. So 3 times 18, 54.
Right
would be the par, right? Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So 54. So that would be over 10 rounds, right? I'm assuming they played 10 rounds. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Right.
So that's 540.
Matt's doing some cheeky DMing over here. I think we could have Cheater on cam, live on cam.
No. I'm double checking my math.
So thinking about,
just kidding. I'll write it out.
So
my
then
first job, maybe.
All right, listen to this. So then you got to think, okay, they probably averaged. I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
eight or
no,
nine-
this is what you're telling me. If it's 54 and they did 10 rounds,
8 or 9 under. So you can take off
Right.
like 9 times, like 90 strokes off of that 54. So that gets us to like 432 ish.
oh my gosh, yeah. So your
Right?
question is, do they shoot 8 or 9 under regularly, or do they finish the whole thing like
30 over.
what?
I mean 30 under. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Yeah.
I was like, what the heck kind of world championships? Is it?
So that would be going like 3 under every round. They
And let's
had to have
remind
done better.
everyone during this deliberation, we had the question in the chat, what's the prize for the winner? We got high stakes for these games. I, as the host in this situation, if they do not complete the game, this is the last question. We're down to 1 life. I get to ban 1 mold in everyone's bag for 1 month. They have used their lifelines, so that is off the board. But if they complete the game, if they get this question right, they get to ban a mold in my bag for a month. It was 2 with the lifelines, but we are down to the wire here. Sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to get that out there.
No, you're good. Okay, yeah. So Tyler and I are on the same track here. It's either C or D. The question is, did they shoot 30 under, or did they shoot 8 or 9 under every round for 10 rounds? Okay.
That's my
I-
logic.
I like your logic. I think it might have been less than 10 rounds. All right. But I also think your logic is not.
No, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure it was 10 rounds. They didn't start decreasing it till like mid or late 2000s.
Yeah. I'm down to go D here. Okay.
I'm like really sure it's a D 432.
Yeah, I'm down
Real
to go
quick,
D
Scott
here.
asked the
because-
question. Scott asked the question,
Oh,
what is
gosh,
Ron
here we
Russell's
go.
PDGA number and how much money did he win? I can't find the total for how much he won, but Ron's PDGA number is epic. It is 9999.
That is epic.
Crazy.
What a sick number.
So again, here's how we got to this logic, right? 10 rounds, 54 was the par probably, which means if you shoot even par, you're at 540 over 10 events. If you shot 9 to 10 under, you take 90 or 100 off. Maybe they probably shot better because it's Climo. I heard Ron Russell was really nasty at putting. So anyways, that gets us to like an averaging 11 under a round if you go to like 432. So and the thing is, if you choose 504, it's like shooting 3 under every round. And we know for a fact
Yeah.
they shot better than that.
They
A
had to.
world champion.
And I actually don't think it's necessarily because of skill as much, but I do think most of the courses were designed for ultimate discs, and we're going through redesigns in this time period as they actually had real disc golf discs. So I think they all leaned on the shorter.
I think we got to go with D 432.
We're gonna lock in D at 432.
Oh,
Is that your final answer?
That's
Everything
my
on the
final
line.
answer. Come on, baby.
I'm bricked up.
It is D
Yes!
432. We'll bring everybody
Yes.
back in here.
Yes.
My bag! My bag is safe!
Everybody's safe here. But solid,
my
yeah.
tournaments were gonna be so hard.
Let me write you this too. Like Ron Russell at the time, 1015, Kenny 1030. I mean, there's some 1060 rounds in here out of Ron. I mean, they were kind of balling back in the day. They're kind of getting it done.
Climo always said that Ron was putting so well, there was just nothing he could do.
Yeah, I've also heard that from
Except
Clement.
win 12 world championships.
Except for win 12.
Well, that's the game. Before we give it up to the chat and you guys to ban a mold for my bag to think about that, I just want to give a shout out to the boys, to the ladies and gentlemen out there. I mean, I saw like mid 20s concurrent viewers. I mean, we got like 120 total. We're kind of popping off tonight. Shout out to the boys in the chat. Thank you for being here. Another reminder, when we are done with the game, we'll be ending the stream here. Join our Discord. We'll be vibing in there. The vibes are high. We're going to keep them going. With that, I got a mold to get banned out of my bag. So deliberations got to deliberate. Final thoughts from the boys.
Fjord, that's my take.
Tyler, I don't even think he's
Okay.
throwing it right now.
We got to think of
Why
what's
not?
in his bag right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
true.
I don't know if he's throwing that disc right now, and I think he's going to be cheeky enough not to tell us what's in his bag.
Who's been
I'd
watching his
say it doesn't.
Instagram?
I have.
I have, but he loves the Fjord. I mean, I know they got the new one,
of course.
but they got the new disc from
I know he
Infinite,
threw,
right?
I know he's
Space,
thrown
all the way
the
outside.
Ultra and the Flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Flip comes in and out. Flip
Comes
is
in and
a,
out. The tomb we know is a mainstay, but
of
that's
course, it's always going to be there.
that's a
But
double-edged
he's also
sword.
putting with it. Yeah.
Right.
But I kind of want to just because I like Taylor and I hate to see him
Yeah, I
just
hate to
cage
see him.
so many putts.
And it's kind of an in between because
It's an
he's gonna
epidemic,
putt,
man. It's an epidemic.
he's gonna putt better, but he's gonna have to swap to Envies, frankly. Because
Taylor,
they're
have you
also
putted
low
with the
profile.
artifact yet?
I have.
Okay.
So
I played a 9-hole.
I'm trying.
I have a video coming. Shout out to the Artifact, new Infinite Mold, 2 videos on it coming next week and the week after. Be on the lookout.
What are we considering?
I'm saying I'm down for we just take the two.
The tomb is his punishment.
What's
putter.
happening?
So,
Okay.
so what are we doing?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, are we really looking to take away the tomb? The tomb was his punishment putter.
Yeah, but he also can no longer throw the tomb. Anything within 280 or whatever. I don't know how
I
far.
want to
it
see
goes.
that Pharaoh get out of the bag. He always talks about that Pharaoh all the time. I want to see a different distance driver in this bag.
Yeah, screw you, Taylor.
All right.
Yeah,
Throw
you
something
frick.
else. It's what it's a punishment, man. It's meant to be. I'm just glad that game ended up being electric and like right at an hour with
Dude,
the time. That was
We were in
that,
full control, and then that one question
Yes.
put me on tilt.
Failed us.
We were on full
I
control
know.
the whole time.
All right, I'm fine with
And it
saying
was-
Pharaoh. If we want to go Pharaoh, we can go Pharaoh.
Sure, let's go Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
All right, Pharaoh.
final
it is.
answer.
The Pharaoh is
Yeah.
coming out.
I didn't even
Pharaoh's-
think about that, but that probably hurts the worst. The Tyler's
So-
2 of the Fjord and the Pharaoh absolutely hurt
Are
the
you?
absolute
Are
worst.
you still bagging the Fjord?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
Yeah,
that.
it's,
yeah,
it's a staple. It's a staple. But that is it. If you want to come back, we'll have a new game next week. Somebody's going to get a mold ban from the bag. They're going to be sad about it. They may crash out in the stream over a question description. You never know what you're going to see here on the Game Basket. Again, please join our Discord. We'll be over there shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're out here.
Love you.
Guys.
Bye.